Hello, my lovely friends. It's Emma here from Just a Girl Who Loves Elvis. If you're listening to this on the day it's released, then today is a very special day. Today, Elvis would have been 91 years old. And before we do anything else, before we talk, before we reflect, I want you to pause with me for just a moment. Wherever you are, whether it's morning light or evening quiet, whether you're holding a cup of tea, wrapped in a blanket, or simply resting your eyes, just take a breath. Because this isn't just another episode. Today isn't about dates or numbers, it's about presence. It's about the strange, beautiful truth that some people never really leave us. And that Elvis is one of them. So today, I don't want to rush. I don't want to analyse. I don't want to prove anything. Today I want us to celebrate. Gently, warmly, together. Happy birthday, Elvis. There's something unusual about Elvis's birthday. For many of us, it doesn't feel like a distant historical date. It feels personal. People light candles. They play his music a little louder. They pause. Some people smile more today. Some people feel emotional without quite knowing why. And I think that's because Elvis didn't just give us music. He gave us company. He was there in kitchens and cars, in lonely nights and joyful mornings, in moments we didn't have words for. So when his birthday comes around, for me it feels less like remembering someone who's gone, and more like acknowledging someone who still walks beside us. And I think Elvis would have liked that. Though he probably would have made a joke about getting older, and then immediately asked where the cake was. Elvis liked birthdays. Not the attention, though he handled that graciously, but the meaning. Birthdays meant someone mattered. They meant pausing long enough to say, "I'm glad you're here." And Elvis Presley was very good at making people feel that way. He remembered small details. He noticed when someone was quiet. He had a habit of showing up. Sometimes literally, sometimes emotionally. And if you think about it, that's exactly what birthdays are meant to do. They say, you're seen, you're valued. You're part of this world. So today, when we celebrate Elvis, we're really celebrating the way he made others feel alive. And honestly, that feels like the most Elvis thing of all. Now we can't talk about Elvis on his birthday without allowing a little humour into it. Because Elvis was funny. Not in a polished show-ready way, but in a human, mischievous way. He liked teasing, he liked nicknames, he liked breaking tension with a grin. There are stories of him pretending to be far more serious than he actually was, only to crack up seconds later. And I imagine that if Elvis was here today, he'd look at the candles, shake his head, and say something like, "You're all sure that that's the right number?" Then laugh. And then, very importantly, make sure he got the biggest slice of cake. 91 years old. Think about that. So many lives have come and gone in that time. So many voices have faded. And yet, Elvis is still here. In records passed down, in stories shared between generations, in children discovering him for the first time, and adults rediscovering parts of themselves through him. That doesn't happen by accident. It happens because Elvis lived with his heart open, because he gave more than he took, because he carried kindness into rooms that needed it. That's why his birthday still matters. Not because of what he achieved, but because of who he was when he was achieving it. So today, on what would have been his 91st birthday, I want to say thank you. Thank you for the music, yes, but also thank you for the warmth, the gentleness, the laughter. Thank you for being someone people still feel safe with. And if Elvis could hear us now, I think he'd be touched and slightly embarrassed. And then he'd change the subject, which feels exactly right. So wherever you are today, however you're celebrating or quietly remembering, I hope you feel connected. Because Elvis's birthday isn't about the past, it's about the present. And as long as we keep his spirit alive in kindness, humour and love, then it's never far away. So happy 91st birthday, Elvis. Thank you all for sharing this moment with me. And as always, my lovely friends, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and keep a little Elvis magic in your hearts.